Hello, World Civ 106. Welcome to week 4. And, I hope that you all see it as positive and helpful that I made that announcement post about expectations of Sunday papers. As I mentioned, there's a lot of work that we're doing, and that can be a little difficult. But that model is set there for you as an example, so I hope that the suggestions that were in that announcement are something that you'll find helpful moving forward with this week's work. So keep in mind again that we're back to doubling up, and I'm separating the assignments into different sections for this week. So we start off with Zoroastrianism. I guarantee that most of you have never heard of this religion, but you'll find that it has something to do in there is the topic of Freddie Mercury from Queen will come up. Why? Well, watch the videos and you will see. You do know a few Zoroastrians in your life, possibly, and didn't know that they were. But it's this is a very interesting section, I think, that you'll find. And then we do Hinduism and Buddhism. And this is also very interesting, right? India. We're doing ancient India. And I've been staying in Thailand, where the temple court system of the monarchy there is heavily based on the Indian Hindu Brahmin court system, while at the same time being a majorly Buddhist country. So what's interesting about Thailand is that you'll see Ganesha's, the elephant-headed god of fortune, everywhere on top of Buddha statues. The king's names, one of the king's names they all have are with Rama. So the last king was Rama 9, now the current king is Rama 10. Rama is a Hindu god, an avatar. And so it's very interesting to see that. And there's a lot of Sanskrit words also in Thai. But of course, Buddhism comes out of Hinduism, which, again, you're going to learn about all of that. So, but keep in mind, with the Zoroastrian assignments, the notes and the discussions will be due on Thursday. And then the work for the second portion of videos will be due on Sunday. We have a lot of work this week. So you're going to have to get started. And I hope at the same time you don't get overwhelmed and enjoy what you're learning. That's what I hope. Okay? So right now I'm in Hong Kong. So what happened? I planned on staying in Thailand. And, we just covered Judaism and ancient Israel, right? There's a Yiddish proverb, which is the European Jewish community's language, the German Jewish Yiddish. It was like mainly German with Polish words and Russian words and Hebrew words and written in Hebrew. That's what the Yiddish language is. That the Ashkenazis would speak, the European, Jewish folks. I'm not having a hard time articulating myself well today. There's this proverb, a Mensch tracht und Gott lacht. A man plans and God laughs. So, sometimes you make a plan and you start traveling and it doesn't go the way that, you're like, well, universe didn't go this way. So I went to the Philippines hoping that I could reset my visa to then allow me to stay longer. And long story short, Thailand's going through some weird process of things, not being very consistent with immigration. So I was only allowed to stay for a month, and then I can't go back. I can go back, but they might just give me 7 days if I leave the country and come back again. If I want to stay without a hassle, I have to get a student visa or a work visa. And so that's probably what I'm going to do, but it's just not making it easy for me. So I didn't have it in my plans to do any more traveling. Well, okay, here I go. So my friend, Nolan, who is from Modesto, he lives in Hong Kong. He's a lawyer. And he speaks fluent Chinese, Mandarin, though. And he lived on the mainland for a while, and now he got a job here where they mainly speak Cantonese, so he doesn't really get to use it that much. But yeah, so he's now living here, and so he said, hey, you can come stay at my place. And so I came to Hong Kong just, 2 nights ago now. So I'm going to actually go explore a little bit. I've been trying to catch up on my work and get to answering emails, and I'm going to be focused a lot more now that I'm back, here. Certainly the internet works better in his place than the apartment I had in Thailand. That was like the worst internet ever. So that's good. So I'll be able to grade faster and, like I said, respond, whatever. But Hong Kong is intense. I mean, look, the weather's changed. Look, I'm kind of cold. Like, I'm wearing a sweater. I just left from Thailand where it's like so hot. And the buildings here are massive and so many. Biggest city I've ever been in. But what's wild to me is how calm it seems to be and well run and clean and safe. That's very surreal to me. Right now I'm staying on the 36th floor of this apartment. And I'll just show you an idea, but this is kind of crazy. So it's not a very big place. I'm crashing here on this IKEA couch. I want to show you this view, but the light, I'll try another view. Like the lighting makes it kind of hard. So there's a little kitchen. There's the tiny bathroom. There's like the closet. He's got a big closet in terms of being able to keep his stuff in. And then here's his room. And let me see if I can find a view here to show you how wild this is. There's actually the ocean out there. Oh! But all these, see all this? It's crazy. And yet there's still nature out here. I went hiking up a mountain cliff, and there was a wild boar that was like as big as a Rottweiler. It was kind of tripping me out. We were up there last night, and I was like, wow, this is just so surreal. But this apartment is $2,800 a month rent. Whew. It's like San Francisco style, right? And it's not very big. And this is normal here. And this leads me to just kind of tell a brief story about something I observed yesterday, Sunday. I'm in the 14 hours in the future, by the way. It is currently 2 p.m. over here, and I think it's 10 p.m. where you're at. But I see all of the hundreds of Filipino women on the streets sitting down like on cardboard or whatever. It looks like a festival. I mean, they're eating, some are dancing and singing. There's even karaoke going on. But it's not officially a festival, and they're on the sidewalks and in the middle of the streets, just kind of like if it was in a nice green grassy area, you would say, oh yeah, this looks like some sort of fun, nice park thing. And there's a lot of them enjoying themselves. But I said, what are they doing? Hundreds of them in the most random spots, hanging out in the nooks of ATM machines, and it's almost like 98% women there. Well, what I found out is that most of these women that are Filipino, they come here and they get jobs as domestic workers. They are maids or cooks or nannies. They do something where they're living in these very small environments for these wealthy people, and they often don't even have their own room. They might just have like a bed or a couch or something they sleep on. No privacy. And so when they get their day off, they want to hang out, but there's no place to hang out. And they have the whole day off. Like you can't hang out at your house and chill and watch like Netflix or something, right? So I don't know who started this originally or how this got started, but they just all say, okay, well, we have nowhere to go on our day off, so we all just hang out with each other. And even if they have boyfriends or husbands, they're not able to be with them here, so they're alone. And then so they just gather and they hang out. On one hand, it was very beautiful seeing that kind of solidarity and them like enjoying themselves like anybody when you're sitting like having kind of a picnicky day. But then it was also just it bothers me that the wealth disparity in this world and the conditions that certain people have, live in compared to others, this really bothers me. And that's something that I've watched here as you travel or you think about America or anywhere in the world. I mean, the very different conditions in which people live. And it just makes me pause and think about many things. And I'm just very blessed. I'm doing my traveling on a very limited income, extremely limited. And I'm fortunate that I have friends or people that can help me out. When I was in Thailand, my rent was like around $200 a month. I was getting soup every day at this favorite spot that I was going to for like $2 US dollars. And that's how I could survive there. But I don't know, but there was a lot of people there that were very poor. Philippines, I saw, same thing, like wealth disparity. Wow. So, I don't know. Anyhow, it makes sense to me that you look at some of these spiritual traditions that come out of these different areas of the world, like Buddha, that comes from wealth, is then going to look at the world and ask himself, well, what do I make of the human condition, desire, suffering, and all of that? And you're going to kind of get a similar set of sermons coming out of the works from Jesus, which we'll learn about later as well. In any case, I'll just stop here. I hope you're having a good week. I am going to be trying to, back on track to focus with this class. Please write me if you have questions or problems. If you're struggling with the papers or anything, I want to be here for you. And you take care. We'll be in touch.